Hello, everyone. I am Mark Nicholas. If you're listening in to the first time, welcome. If you're a regular listener, welcome back. I am an award-winning comedian of 6.5 years, and with me is my lovely co-host.
My name is Kyle Wolf. I'm the one that doesn't sound like a pantomime pirate, and you're listening to Unmedicated, a podcast where two neurodivergent guys, aka myself and Mark, talk about neurodivergent things, i.e. life, with other neurodivergent people, i.e. the guests. And today's topic is cinemas. Right, is it on me? Yes. Wicked. Right. So, wow. So, today's guest is a wonderful comedian. And writer, and he described himself as a work in progress with Jim Midge. It is Luke Nixon.
Luke Nixon.
I don't know why I shout when you're literally here.
You've
and
done
no
that
audience.
a number of times in our recordings. So.
Do you know what? I just like the sound of my own voice.
I like it too, to be fair.
He does. So, Luke, ask this to everyone. What do you got?
Just found out I got dyslexia. Yeah, actually last year, just after I've met you, Mark.
It's sort of contagious.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
What was I
contagious.
getting you
Did
to?
you shake his hand and thought, oh, I feel my brain feels a bit funny? Why are these legs bouncing around all of a sudden?
Basically, I had all these essays, and I was trying to get Luke to read, and he just got confused. And that's how it
Started
happened.
crying, yeah.
Yeah, he's like cowering on the,
So, if you see Mark with a syringe, run.
Yeah.
You know what's going to come.
I've told her that's a good thing when he comes at you with a syringe. It means he likes you a lot. So.
He just wants you to become one of us. That's it.
One
And
of
you
us.
have- and
One
one
of
of us.
One of us.
So how did it feel like getting the diagnosis? Obviously, we're going to get into the actual topic, which is going to be cinema. But how did it feel getting to the diagnosis after all these years? And was it something you thought you may have had earlier? Or
I definitely felt like I had dyslexia my whole life because I was always in, they called it special lessons back at school.
Right, high five. Yes, someone's there.
Special lessons, after class, school and stuff. And I always knew I was struggling to sort of, reading is a big thing for me. And I basically got to a point where I got through uni, everything was sort of okay, but I was kind of failing a lot of stuff. Like I failed my AS levels. I got 2 U's and a D. And I thought, okay, well, this is not good news. And then then they got me to retake it with a laptop, and I was a little bit better at it, so I passed. And then I only found out, actually, at a day job where I failed my probation period. And basically they were like, we think that your emails don't make sense and you don't put enough care into your work. And then they got me tested, and it turns out that, just severely dyslexic, can't read that well unless it's on a colour. And
So yellow, is it yellow paper? Yellow
paper.
Yeah, yellow
so
paper, baby.
magic
yeah.
yellow paper. It's perfect.
do you know what? I'm actually, because I always thought that these days dyslexia is quite, you could identify it more and more, but they went through your whole life. And
Yeah, I know. I just thought, to be honest, I'd always thought I was just a bit thick. I was pretty convinced. I was like, look, to be fair, like when
You can be thick and dyslexic.
I think I might be both. But I would get like a long text message. I'd be like, oh, I'm just not going to read that. That's too long for me. Or like a long email, and I'd just be like, that's just.
And mate, and the TLDR is a fucking lifesaver, isn't it?
Yeah. Just give it to me in a sentence. That's all I need. Yeah.
That's it.
but I remember, because with my autism diagnosis, they wanted to assess whether I needed extra time in exam. But we had this really awful, Senko who would only give out dyslexia tests to all these kids. So mine, because I needed the 15 minutes extra to process it, because I could read fine, but it's just the processing what was happening.
Yeah.
So my mum basically said, Mark, you need to pretend you can't read.
Yeah.
I had to, so I pretended to be dyslexic. Does that count?
No, that counts. You're definitely one of the squad. But yeah, the report came back. It was like mine says verbal processing disorder as well on it, and dyslexia. But I thought that can't make sense, because I disagreed with the report, because I was like, all the hosting work and all the crowd work that we do as comics, you wouldn't be able to keep up with what people were saying. I think sometimes it can be task related or objective related, and
100%.
I don't know. There's a volition thing as well. Like if you really care about what you're doing, then you take more time to prep for it, like with a gig. But you can't really prep for things that go wrong with reading.
No.
Like I can't tell you the amount of times I've got on the wrong bus or train because I've read letters the wrong way. Today I left really early to get here on time.
Just in case you.
Because I knew I might screw it up. So, you know, that's something.
When it wasn't actually you who screwed up this one, it was me who screwed up this one. So
Yes, we're going to talk about that after.
we will. But what we're going to talk about before is going to the cinema, or cinemas, right? So how does going to the cinema? How does your neurodiversity impact going to the cinema, or vice versa?
So it's an interesting one.
Or watching films, or watching films in the cinema.
Yeah, so it's obviously film's quite visual, and so I was trying to think about this when you guys sent over the topic, because it says going to the cinema. I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on the going.
Nice.
If that's right.
Nice.
Getting there.
Getting there.
Yeah.
So getting there is like I'll give an example of like where I was going for a date to meet a girl at the cinema.
Oh.
And it was quite a cute sort
Is
of
it your
romantic.
current? Is it your?
No. We this was years ago. We broke up sadly, but
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that I've met.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. That's really good of you.
And they met as soon, and they broke up as soon as you did. That's interesting.
I didn't see an Instagram post of that, so I didn't know.
I didn't whack it on Insta, just so everyone's aware, because I hate when people do that on socials. It's like,
Me
guys,
breaking
taking a
up.
couple of days off just to let you know we've separated ways.
Yeah.
Everyone's got too much going on, I don't think.
Do people care? Like,
I don't know.
I've never
what I
announced the
realised.
breakup on
No one needs to know.
No.
Just keep your head down, bury it down.
Bury it down
Do you know
until 20 years later
Yeah.
when you're crying on the floor of a therapy
Bring
room.
it up
So,
in the pub after a few pints. That's what I think is better.
But they've broken up. Stop talking about it. Okay?
Stop going on about it.
Stop going on about it. God.
Let's bring it up. Let's analyse the relationship.
Changing topic, guys. No, but so then what's
Going to the cinema.
Yeah, this is in university. I said I was going to meet this girl for a date.
Yeah.
And it was Friday night, and I didn't go because I got so stressed out about getting there. It was only in Cardiff as well. It wasn't like it was like London.
And you were coming from London, yeah?
No, yeah. And I basically tried to get there on time, and it ended up going to a different shopping like place, not where the cinema was.
Yeah.
And basically completely missed the first half of the film.
What film was
And
it?
like she was calling. I thought it was like some sort of like Kevin Hart film, I think. The Wedding
Wedding
Crasher.
Ringer.
The Wedding Ringer,
Wedding
yeah,
Ringer,
yeah.
Yes.
So that was it. And I missed the first half, and I thought, that's it. And yeah,
That's a good
she was
film,
calling me, and I
actually.
just didn't pick. And I remember that was one of the first times I was like, okay, something's wrong here, because Cardiff's not a big place. You know, it's pretty small. And then, yeah, I remember just when I moved to London, just buses and trains, you know, from Cardiff, because I was originally from London until I was about 8.
Yeah.
Then moved to the countryside, and then moved to Cardiff for uni, and then moved back. And then getting used to like reading things properly. It's just not something I'm very good at.
Right.
So yeah, so getting to the cinema is the stressful bit
Is the
for
stressful
me.
bit,
Yeah. Then when I'm there, bloody love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
What about,
you
so
ever-
is it, do you pre-book in advance, or do you wing it?
yeah, sadly I am a winger.
Oh,
I'm a big.
mate, we could never.
I know.
In all fairness, the only time I pre-booked was when it was a new Star Wars, because I knew it would sell out, and so I would be like. But even when I pre-booked, I was right at the side, and I was looking this way, going, "This is great," and it was really uncomfortable, and I paid 15 quid to. That's to go. Like, so do you get? Are you a popcorny?
I like it. Like a bit of popcorn.
Salt or sweet?
Mixed. I'm a mixed. Yeah.
My big brother. Yes, my God. Yes.
The autistic in me is freaking out right now. You can't mix it. No.
You like one or the other. You have to. Have the other.
Sweet. It's always sweet. I feel like it's like if I have to go for a meal before I go to cinema, so therefore popcorn is a dessert for me.
Okay, fair. I mean, one thing I've noticed in the cinema is subtitles. That's,
I was gonna say,
if you're watching like a foreign language film, and a lot of them are just so brilliant. Like, I love Korean films, like A Taxi Driver and Parasite and stuff like that. But reading like subtitles quickly, that's really hard.
That's like the dyslexic nightmare. Isn't it?
Yes, it's a dyslexic marathon. You just sat there sweating, watching it, trying to keep up with what's going on, but, getting to every sort of fifth word.
Yeah, because I was like, the only other subtitle one, Pan's Labyrinth, that was subtitle, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But yes, so Len, do you really struggle to follow the plot then?
I think sometimes like I prefer to watch like a foreign language film at home, just so I can rewind and stuff if I get lost a bit, which happens quite a lot. And I've
To
realised,
be
like,
fair, mate, I do that with British films.
Yeah.
with American and British films. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a like concentration thing there for me because, you know, they work suggested about my old job suggested about getting ADHD, and I was like, I don't think it's that, because when I can sit and concentrate and do things, whereas dyslexia is more. It's more just a lack of understanding what's going on.
To be honest, like, I think ADHD diagnosis these days, are you comedian? Yes, ADHD.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I don't.
It's not. It's a persona for a lot of people
Yeah.
on stage, or
Exactly.
when you're around people.
And I don't know. I know that I would be. I'm not going to go down that route because I feel, you know, when I
Thank you for not appropriating my culture. Thank you.
a lot of other stuff I'm happy to appropriate.
I've known you for a while, Lucas Nixon. I've known you for a while.
Yeah, but cinema, I just love like basking there. You know, I've got my popcorn. I've got
Yes.
my drink.
The
Wherever it
bucket
goes
of
is
Coke,
fine.
the bucket of Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never done a hot dog thing though.
Have
at the
you
cinema.
not?
No,
Or the
I've never missed
nachos,
it, yeah,
or
I
you
know.
See?
I don't trust it.
Don't trust it.
I don't know.
Mate, in uni days, there were many a morning where, many a mid morning screening where that hot dog has been my breakfast. So
Really?
in the uni days, yeah.
Nice.
My friend used to work in a what's the other one that's not Cineworld?
Odeon,
View Cinemas, and he used to
Yes.
work. I don't know if I can tell.
Yes, you can.
It's a gross story.
You can.
Oh,
Tell him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's like a Welsh lad from Newport.
Nice.
And he was like, I was working in this cinema once, and I was very hungover, and I went into work in that morning, and this girl started looking at me funny. Who was working with me. We were cleaning out the cinema, and then I just started fingering her. I was like, I was like,
Okay,
wait,
yeah.
do you work together at the same? He's like, a lot of sexual tension between the aisles. I was like,
Just
fair
had
enough.
to get it
Yeah,
done.
I was like, yeah, but
And
I
then
mean,
and then just walked down. Toy Story 3 began.
just like welcoming families into the cinema after that occurred. Like, gross. But stuff does
Wow.
happen in the cinema, doesn't it? I mean, you know, I've heard stories.
And have you ever partaken in
No,
any of
no.
those?
I always thought, like, when I was a teenager, I'd be lucky enough that something like that would happen. But absolutely no action in the cinema, lads.
No,
unfortunately.
what's really like? So we all went to cinema like after. Actually, because my twin brother was on a date with my cousin's friend. She'd set them two up, but we all went out as a big group.
I'm glad that you put the
Cousin's
apostrophe
friends.
S
Yeah. Yeah.
at the end of that.
But we were all sitting there. So I was with my family in Leeds with this girl, and they're 14 years old, and they start making out, and I'm sitting next to my brother seeing that, and I'm just like, okay, so this is what you're doing in the cinema. But I don't understand dates in cinemas though, because it's
can't
like
talk.
Yeah, exactly.
And also,
but again, people
if
don't
I
use it for talking.
And
as
also,
Luke
if I
said.
want to watch a film, I don't want to be kissing you. So
Yeah.
films are for watching.
Keep your filthy mouth away from me. That's how you really get a date going. Yeah. That was a bit weird. Classic example of what I'm talking.
Dyslexia off the bat.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I noticed.
It's verbal dyslexia.
Oh, yeah, I was
Verbal,
gonna say.
yeah. Well, like, there's also a thing where when I did the first year of comedy, where I would go out there and like, what the hell is no one laughing? And then I started watching it back and realized that I was doing a punchline and then the setup the wrong way around. So I was getting the jokes backwards as well. And everyone was like, such an interesting approach. I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm just trying to tell a really basic, really shit comedy, basically. And
How did the road cross the chicken?
yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Maybe artisan. That's what it would be. It would be so artsy though.
yeah,
Like it would,
alt comedy, you know.
yeah. Oh my god, all comedy. Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go. Then you found your niche.
So, what do you think that cinemas may need to do to make them more inclusive for people?
It's hard though, isn't it? Because there's, I mean, we talking about like a wide depth of things, or like more
Whatever you want, sir. Whatever you want.
I think I know that.
From your perspective, from the life of Luke Nixon.
Yeah, well, I think that when I was watching, the subtitle thing, I'm not sure how much you can change that. Really, because
Just ban all foreign films, mate.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because of the pacing and the rhythm of the films. But I know that like in some theatres now, they're introducing like caption performances as well.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot of those captions are quite slow. I know that like a film director would probably have something to say about that. It might not translate to film, but there could be something in slowing down captions for people that find reading at pace hard.
Yeah,
Could be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as well it's the color thing, because there's so like I know different dyslexics have different colors that work for them. So I know that I went to a talk of you guys know the Fonz, the 80s
Henry
film.
Winkler.
Henry
Yes.
Winkler, yeah. So
I'm gonna start listening to his book soon. Actually,
he's
he
amazing.
dyslexic?
He is, yeah. And he said, because I asked him a question about colors in the Q&A afterwards, and he talked about green being go, like that means go and do it. So green is that color for him, I think. So it's different for everyone, you know.
Because it's in cinemas. I think I've spoken on this before about this. Like there's autism screenings now. Not screening about autism. Autism.
There's men screaming. They gather and they scream autism together.
10 minutes of hate. You know. The train's not on time. No, but there's like autism, except like it's a time for
autism friendly
friendly screenings. That's
Yeah.
what, not autism friendly screening. So yeah, dyslexia friendly. I think a lot more could be done, to be honest, because it's not.
But it's not one of those in the neurodivergent sort of spectrum. I don't view it as like a massive disadvantage, because I know some of my friends with ADHD, if they don't take their meds or they don't, stick to sort of their schedule, they're going to be all over the place for the entire week. Whereas I miss the odd bus, the odd train, and I apologise and I can sort of carry on. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's that bad in the grand scheme of things.
It's not like you're going to like boycott the cinema because of it. I mean, you might boycott the cinema if it's maybe because of the prices, or if your Welsh friend is going.
Yeah, exactly. No, I do know what Sean. I don't know what a certain bloke anywhere near.
This was Sean, anyway.
Yeah, good. I don't know what a certain guy to go anywhere near.
Certain guy.
Yeah, a certain guy.
Editing's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Would you like? I will edit.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right.
Shall we?
Yeah. What was that a thing to me? Oh, hello. Right. Wow. Wow. I'm complete. Like, this is my brain going a bit like, oh, hello. But yeah, I love the cinema, man. Do you know what I found though? I found that you're kind of right about the color palette thing, because I've noticed that horror films, they generally nowadays, I don't know why, right? Because it makes them look they're kind of edging out of it now, but they have this. They used to have this muddy, greyish, greenish look about them. So that must have really messed up for dyslexic horror fans. I don't know if you are one.
Yeah, I love it. I love a horror movie.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
But did you kind of notice that, like, especially with like the films which were produced by like Platinum Dunes, which were like the Amityville Horror remake, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and the Nightmare on Elm Street remake?
I didn't really notice that, to be honest, but I think that might just be me. I know that some people have different versions of like dyslexia where the colours do and certain things don't make sense to them. But like when I was watching films, mostly I'm quite a visual learner. So I guess it sort of made more sense to me. But I guess with horror movies, I like to be in a zone to watch horror.
Me too.
I like watching one at home.
See, do you know, I don't mind gore, but I don't like jump scare ones.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because the autistic thing's in the unexpected, but the train's not there on time.
Why is it going back to
Going
trains?
back to trains. It's like I'm living the stereotype. No, but no, it is the whole, unexpected thing. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because I rewatched the first Final Destination last night, and I'd find that film, the original, right? I didn't necessarily find it very scary when it first came out, but I always thought it was a good film and quite entertaining. Now that I'm much older, right?
Yeah.
It plays into quite a few of my anxieties, like going on a plane. That is kind of terrifying, and also slipping in the shower.
Oh yeah.
And I live alone as well, so that's.
Could you imagine if you slipped in the shower and that was it?
And
like you just smacked your head and there's no one around for hours. And you're quite aware that you might die. Do you know what I mean? If you're in one of those high baths
Yeah.
and you can't quite get up, you whack the back of your head.
Yeah.
And you're just lying there and then like the blood's just like pooling around.
Yes.
you know?
Oh,
No,
I can
that's-
very much imagine that. Yes, Luke, I really
Sorry,
can.
sorry.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I have told you I'm terrified of horror, so thank you for that, Luke.
I thought we were making a movie, guys. I thought that's-
Right, so we reenacting. There's a shower out back. Shall we?
Luke, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, man. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
coming with this.
Oh, this has been a
Wicked.
genuine pleasure. Yeah.
Could you look into that camera there and just tell the people where they can find you?
just find me online at Luke Nixon Comedy, all socials. That's me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Bye. I don't know. Yeah. Bye-bye. And cut. Thank you, John.
That was a fantastic episode. I think we covered so much in that.
Yeah, man. He, she, it, they were absolutely fantastic. Could have done without the Nazism, though.
Yeah.
But, we'll edit that out in post, all right? That's
Yeah.
the beauty. That's the beauty of being an editor on your own podcast.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, if you do like it, please share with family, friends, your therapist.
Your bigoted grandparents.
And then talk to your therapist again about why you shared this with your bigoted grandparents.
Yeah.
And yeah, please like, subscribe, give us loads of 5-star reviews, share everywhere you can, yell at people on the street about Unmedicated. And if you want to follow us individually, you can follow me at Mark Nicholas Comic.
You can follow me on the street if you wish, but also online at Carl Wolf Says. And I have another podcast called The One Where I interview comedians and entertainers about a film or TV show that they like or dislike. Unmedicated was recorded and produced in studio by the lovely people at Streamline Studios. And so please give them a follow. And, well, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye!